Hi there, Sandra here from Creating Spain and Laser Love. So I'm doing a box today and there are variations of this box in the file and I'm going to give you. It's hexagonal and it isn't difficult to do. I've got two pieces cut and scored. So this is probably slightly over scored because I used a pretty thin card, but it's easy to do as long as you get your scoring right in the first place. And I'll make sure these are folded as well. And these top ones go in the opposite direction. Those don't have score lines on them because they just don't need it. And they are easy enough to score no matter what your card is like. Fold, I should say, just manually. So two pieces. I've got a glue gun for ease of demonstration. It just makes sure that my things stick together exactly as intended, as long as I can pick this up in time. That goes on there. Then to get it shut, you want to put glue on here and then you fold that over. So it's handy if you've got these relatively flat. Don't overdo the glue. The more glue you put on, the longer it takes to stick, generally speaking. There we go. So you might be thinking, oh, how on earth do you make sure this actually goes as a proper hexagon? Well, it's relatively simple. And for this, you might decide you want to use something other than a glue gun, because if you don't get this one right, everything else goes wrong. So first of all, put all the flaps to the outside. Choose the two which are opposite. Any two that are opposite will be fine, and you want to just stick it like that. You can judge the shape pretty much. Put some glue on that one and then lift that up. So all I'm going to do is put a glob of glue on there, lift that and pinch it together. That is close enough for me. I'm quite happy. So then you want to put a little bit of glue. You can pinch this now because it's not going anywhere. A little bit of glue where that one's going to fit. Try and put less glue on it this time because it was a bit heavy-handed before. And then work out where that one's going to go. Now if you want to, you can tidy at the base. You can cut out a circle or another hexagon and glue it on the base if you really want to. Now with these, we can put a little bit of glue just on the edge of the flap, glue that down. Using the hot glue is actually making this a lot easier. The last one I did, I used normal glue, but because normal glue doesn't set instantly, it makes it harder to do. So I've managed to do that quite easily with no problem. Now the other way of doing it, if you don't want to use hot glue but you still want to make sure you get them all evenly spaced, is to take these pieces, take some string and tie them up. And that will actually secure enough so that your sides are where they're supposed to be, and then you can do the gluing. With the hot glue, I haven't had to do that method, so there we go. Now I'm going to pretend that I have filled this box and I want to seal it up. So I can take some string. You could use ribbon, you can use whatever you like, doesn't matter. Depends if you want it to be part of the design or not. I'm just going to use this for the time being, and I'm not even going to tie it up properly. I'm just going to put these leaf parts out like that. I'm just going to leave it to one side, and now I'm going to sort out my flower. Now this is a bit boring and this is a bit flat, but there's a good thing that you can do with foam. You can heat it. Now I have a heat embossing tool, but you don't need to have a heat embossing tool. You could do it with a hairdryer. So now I can put some glue on here. Now I want to do it so that they are offset and not all one on top of the other. And the easiest way of doing it neatly is to put the glue on the item you're going to be sticking on in the first place. Get it where you want it. And there we are. Do the same with this one. So, now I've got some fancy little sticky things, and I might as well use one. You could also put, like, you get these little glittery pom-poms and things in craft shops, and those are fun. If you have one of those, you could put that inside, but I'm just going to put this inside. Well, that's my flower done. So then what I would need to do is to work out how to stick my flower on. It's relatively simple. You just want to make sure that you can center it, and then you pick one of these leaves to stick to one of the petals so that it stays there. You want to try and do it so that it's at the base of the leaf and not further up. I think round about there will probably do the trick. So put it in the center, put it down like that, and just let it glue. Now bear in mind, if you've got it over the holes, that's going to be hot. I've got asbestos fingers, as my son would say, so I don't really notice it. And then you can either keep the string or you can use a different ribbon, whatever you like. But when you take this off, you'll be able to open the box, put something inside, and to seal it back up again. Like so, because this is already stuck to one of the leaves. So easy peasy, that's how you make this rather pretty little box. So if you like that, then feel free to make it. I will enjoy seeing any photographs that you might post.